back to another episode of Psychonaut Sessions, your home for all things psycho. And today I'm going to take a brief look at the continuation of my Energon Universe coverage. If you're following my channel, you know I usually only cover older comics, specifically independent comics. I might go mainstream every once in a while, but I will cover modern comics, but they usually got to be really independent. This isn't really independent. It's Image Comics. It's a very popular IP. You can see my earlier coverage of Void Rivals and Cobra Commander. And then I saw recently at San Diego Comic-Con, Daniel Warren Johnson won an Emmy for Best Writing Drawing Combo for Transformers. I've never been a giant, I was way more of a G.I. Joe fan. I liked Transformers okay. I would watch it if it was on. I had some of the toys. I do remember getting Optimus Prime when I was young for Christmas, and it was a great Christmas present. But I've never really followed Transformers. I'll always, when it comes to Transformers or G.I. Joe, I'm always just going to 100% go to G.I. Joe. I think the actual stories just never really interested me that much. Again, I would watch some of the cartoon and stuff. The movies, no. But I don't know. I was just like, I'll probably check out the Energon Universe stuff. But I'm probably not going to check out Transformers. And then I saw that this won an Eisner. Did I say Emmy earlier? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, comes with old age. And I thought I'd check it out. I was like, it's part of the whole thing. The Transformers are very integral to the build out of the G.I. Joe universe in this, because it's all actually very well interconnected. But I'm finding you actually don't have to read all the titles either in order to understand what's going on, which is a huge compliment that I have to the how Robert Kirkman is forming the Energon Universe. I've heard some people say Energon. I'm going to say Energon, okay? So that's hugely awesome. I don't know anything about any modern creators, other than like very, very indie people, specifically like in the cartoonist kayfabe community and stuff. I just don't know a whole lot about some of the more popular creators out there. I didn't know anything about Daniel Warren Johnson. So I went into this pretty cold. And holy crap. Holy crap. Now, I'm not going to say this was the best comic I ever read, but it certainly surprised me. And for a Transformers comic, it very, very much surprised me. The closest thing I can relate Daniel Warren Johnson's style to is kind of like Paul Pope-esque. Very dynamic, very like the cartooning is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. His ink work, his brush work. I actually went back after this just to like watch him on YouTube and watch his drawing. He's got a lot of videos out there of just him drawing. Very like Jim Mahfood-esque. Like he just throws these strokes down. There's not a lot of precision to it, but look how beautifully it all comes out. And I was like, when I was first reading this, I was like, how is this guy gonna draw robots and make them convincing? Because it's very fluid, very organic art. And then as you get into it and you watch the way the action specifically with the robots unfold, and if you look closely, there's hardly any straight lines actually, but you're still convinced that this is a robot, and the robots feel you feel the weight of these robots, very heavy. and large in scale. You get that huge sense of scale of humans being very tiny and these robots being just gigantic and menacing, you know, just the amount of damage that they can do. At the same time, 100 million% aligned with the original toy line and cartoon in the way that they're designed. It looks like and it felt like I was watching my toys play, like I was playing with my toys in action. It was incredible, but yet taken very seriously, very seriously. I For some reason, with them being robots, when I was younger, I didn't feel the stakes of it. Like, so when the cartoon movie, when Optimus Prime died, I was just like, okay, you know, they're robots, whatever. When Duke got hurt in the G.I. Joe movie, I was like, like, I felt the stakes, you know. There was just a separation that I had. In this, I felt the stakes almost immediately. They feel alive. They feel like real living beings. This image I thought was incredible. Just the way that his stance, it almost looks like clunky or weird, which actually lent to the idea that, you know, they're robots. They are kind of clunky, you know. They could be like, he's got this weird bulk, like the body doesn't always fit with whatever motion, but it just, I don't know, the way it's done is just so fun. It lends to the power of what's actually happening. Man, I love it. I absolutely, all the sketchiness in the line work, again, just indicating movement, the flow of explosive power that exists in so many images. It was, it was an exciting read. I'm trying to look here. Russ Wooten, Mike Spicer is the colorist, and Russ Wooten is the letter. Russ Wooten, I believe, did the lettering, and I think Void Rivals as well, and maybe even Cobra Commander. But I know, I'm pretty certain Void Rival. Love Russ Wooten's lettering, because he does this thing that is not like your typical letterer, that it just kind of seems, you know, like he just real quick just whoop, 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 just threw some letters down, and it's fun. Really great story. Megatron is not around. It's just Starscream trying to lead the Decepticons. This is the very beginning. This is the inception. They're just waking up from their having crash landed, you know, a long time ago. Starscream is vicious. He does some right here. He squeezes this human being to death. Like, he is vicious as hell. I never really got the hype around Optimus Prime. He just kind of seemed like some kind of generic leader. He is incredible as a character. I really respect and relate to him as a character in this book. He's got a lot of humility. He has this fascination over life and the beauty of things. And in this, so normally Bumblebee is his main guy. Bumblebee gets kind of taken out of commission early on, which is interesting because Bumblebee is usually really popular. And Daniel Warren Johnson introduces Cliffjumper. All the robots that are introduced, I remember them from the original toy line. Like, I remember owning some of them. They look like it. That's one reason why I hated the Michael Bay movies, and nothing looked familiar. This is the kind of lettering I'm talking about. Just real sketchy and just quick, but fun. It works. Same here. And again, look at the bendiness of Starscream, but it all works beautifully. Here we actually get a connection to G.I. Joe. There's a jet that comes to intercept Starscream. and it's Duke. And so Starscream just takes out the jet, and Duke makes an escape. And you don't see him for the rest of it. So I think the Duke series takes off after that. So I'm interested to read the Duke series. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I won't get too much into it. I will not spoil. There's some really great transition scenes of them transforming. That's a lot of fun. You just really get this. You just really get the tangibility of them being these physical, like having to transform into stuff. Another thing about Transformers is, like, I don't care about the human characters, right? Like, who cares? Just give me the robots fighting and stuff. But I really cared about the human characters here. I really cared about their connection. Daniel Warren Johnson was right to win an Oscar here. He took a very generic story about fighting robots and made it meaningful. Not only just action-packed, but also made it incredibly meaningful, beautiful and touching at parts, but also just bam, I mean, just like you really were on the edge of your seat. 100% love this. My only complaint about this in any way, shape, or form is the production of this volume, because this contains the first 6 issues. And so Image Comics, or whoever was responsible for putting this book together, or putting the collection together, there's no breaks. There's no breaks between issues. And they even credit the different cover artists. And there's no covers, not even in the back. This is it. It ends here, and there's a couple ads for the Energon Universe, and there's no pinups, which is fine if there's no pinups, but there's no covers of the actual single issues, and there's no chapter breaks. So to divide the issues up, so it was a little like exhausting, in the sense that there was nothing breaking up the issues in any, or the chapters / issues in any way, shape, or form, whether it was a cover of the issue or just something like this. So it was a little, because it's so action packed all the way through, it was a little exhausting reading it. And it was hard to just keep there, because there was nothing to just allow you to pause for a second, because everything is so dynamic on every page, that you need those breaks. So that's my only complaint, and that's only in terms of the production. So Andres Suarez or Sean Mikovich, you guys need to maybe take another look at the collections. Make sure you have some breaks in there, and at least show the covers off in some way. That was my only complaint of the book. Other than that, man, I am still all in. I never thought I would be a Transformers fan, like a big Transformers fan. I 100% am now. This was a beautiful book. It was well deserving the award. I would give this to anybody to read. Yeah, I'm still all in for the Energon Universe. So look at me collecting modern comics, modern mainstream comics. Gotta love it. That's the beauty of comics, because there's no divisions here, man. I like it all. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Daniel Warren Johnson, for a great book. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications. You can buy my own books. Links are in the description. Everybody stay safe out there. Keep it psycho.